16. Can you believe it? It has already been 16 days in our Pursuing Health and Transformation. All week long, from day 15 to day 21, we will be talking about renewing. So whereas you're going to turn over your will over to God's will by renewing your mind. So Today, we're talking about renewing your mind to live. How many of you want to live? You know what the Word of God said, that we're going to live and not die. So we want to live healthy. We want to have a long and prosperous life. So I thank each and every one of you for coming in. As you come in, go ahead and give us some hearts. The heart's going to signify that it's resonating with you. You're engaging, and this is something that can be beneficial to you. It is your opportunity to let me know that this is a help, that is something that you need, or something that you can share with somebody else. So go ahead and share, tag, and invite. I'm Dr. Patricia James, and I am the PHAT Nutritionist. And yes, that's pursuing health and transformation as we're creating habits intended for change. So on today, remember day 16, we're on the E portion. Every Tuesday, we're going to talk about the E part of heart, because everything we're doing through the 5 heart principle. So today we're going to talk about eat, exercise, and enjoying fluids while you're being empowered. Could be evaluating and also educating. So we're renewing your mind. Come on, we're renewing your mind. How many of you need a shift, need a change in your mind? So you need to turn your wheel totally to God's will by renewing your mind. So our scripture that we have, it said, do not. So this is something, it's a command. Do not conform to this world, to this age, to their way of thinking, fashion after and adapt to its external, superficial custom. But we want you to be transformed. That transform means to be changed by the entirety renewal of your mind, by its new ideas and new attitudes, so that this is personal. We want to make it personal to you so that you may prove for yourselves what is the good, what is the acceptable and perfect will of God, even the thing which is good and acceptable and perfect in His sight for you. So I want to do a definition of renew. Renew is to make like new. How many of you are ready to be shifted to make like new? To restore to freshness, vigor, or perfection. Number 2, to make new spiritually, because you know everything we do is a mind, a body, and a spirit. That means to regenerate. Number 3 is to restore to existence, to revive. How many of you need to be revived, to be refreshed? Number B portion, to make extensive changes in you, to rebuild. Sometimes you got to tear it down to rebuild it up, and to do again. That is to repeat. That means we're going to do it over and over. We said it takes 21 days to begin a habit, and it takes 90 days to change for a lifestyle, to begin again. Some of us have stopped, but this is your opportunity where we're taking authority over complacency, procrastination, and stagnation. And I want you to know tonight that you can resume, you can replace, and get replenished, because we're renewing all day. Think about renewing my mind. So I want to give you some tips today. Now go ahead and put some hearts in there, put some hearts in the comment, or give some emojis, because we're talking about renewing your mind. It is personal. It's eat, exercise, and enjoy your fluids. So on today, I want to give you some natural lifestyle behavior modification for life. And that life is lifelong impact for every day. Some weight changes tips. How many of you have been struggling? How many of you on that yo-yo? So you will find, if you look on the internet, you may find thousands and thousands of natural weight loss programs that tell you that you can lose weight naturally. But I want to give you some tips. So with so many that's out there, so how do you find one that will help you? So you got to make it personal, help you to not only to lose weight, but to maintain a healthy lifestyle naturally that is suitable for you. Every program, there's various programs out there, but you have to be in control because we want it specifically for you because we're on this journey with you. So let's cut through the maze, the clutter, and the confusion, no matter which weight loss site you may go on. And you can Google, you can find every program. The more credible ones will all say the same thing. And we know in the biblical, the same thing is homologous. So it means, although it may be in a different form, it's that to lose weight naturally and keep that extra weight off permanently. And that's what we're looking for, a permanent weight change to create a healthy lifestyle. Guess what you need to do? It doesn't matter what program that you're on, where you go, it's going to tell you, you must consume fewer calories than you expend your calories. So you're going to have to decrease your intake and you're going to have to expend some energy. It doesn't matter which program. So isn't that common sense? But a lot of us, we want the quick fix. Can you tell me something new? See, people want like, okay, I need the new thing. Can you give me a program that tells me I'm going to lose 30 pounds in a month? No, I cannot. So I'm going to tell you the same. Just because all of these new remedies, these new fad things are everywhere, it doesn't mean that the same process has changed. So you're probably asking me right now. So first, I can see that the statement is common sense. So let me ask you something back. Let me ask you something. See, it's going to be give and take. Let me ask you this. If everyone knows it, then why is it that there are so many overweight people who have tried so many methods to lose weight? Do you know this is a multi-billion-dollar industry because everyone is looking for that quick fix instead of doing the healthy way, do it the natural way. So even if some of them were successful, I done had some of those programs. I was successful, managed to shed a few pounds. They cannot seem to keep that weight off for long. And soon that weight comes back and they come back to hunt them. And with some people, it will come back with a vengeance. So are you one of them? Let's talk. Let's be authentic. Let's be real. Let's be transparent. So if you are, do you know why? Was it realistic? Was it relevant? Was it something that you could do for the rest of your life? The reason why the weight that they lose came back, because most people go for that quick fix weight loss solution. People prefer that no pain, that hassle-free method to lose weight, such as taking these slimming pills, going on fad diets, and even using muscle stimulators. Some are getting going to the weight loss surgery. Some are getting what you call that liposuction. So, but some of these things, they are promising that you're going to lose this weight quick. But in reality, you may lose it quick. You may accomplish that goal, but it's short term. And we're looking for long term. He said, with long life, would I satisfy you? So the cliche, there's no pain, no gain, is also common sense. Don't you agree? And yet people are still falling into these temporary weight loss advertisement. And see, and because of my profession, I'm not going to give you fad diets. I'm not going to give you something that's not backed up by scientific. I'm not going to give you something just to take your money. No, I'm going to give you that. Yes, it's going to take a little while. Yes, it take a decrease of 500 calories every day for 7 days to lose weight. Or you're going to have to spend some more energy. It still works. That process still works. So how to lose weight naturally for a healthier lifestyle and keep extra body fat away forever. Put this into your routine. See, you're going to have to be consistent. You're going to have to be intentional. You're going to be cognizant. You're going to have to renew your mind, refresh, revive, rebuild. You're going to have to make some adjustment and make some behavior modification in your life for you can live great, for lifelong impact for every day. So I want to give you some tips. Eat healthier and enjoy your fluids to lose weight naturally. And see, I much rather you lose a pound a week and keep it all than to lose 10 pounds a week and then gain back 20 pounds. So you think about all of the pressure that goes on your heart. Where you lose your gain, you lose and gain. I want you to purpose in your heart that you're no longer going to be conformed to the pattern of this world, because we see that that is the pattern, that you do that yo-yo. And with this multi-billion-dollar industry, this is what they expect. They expect for you to do that quick fix, and then you're going to jump to another program and another program to see whether that's going to work, rather than deciding, making a decision. You see, the first week it was making a decision. The second week was that we were becoming. So on this week, it's about renewing, refreshing, reviving, rebuilding, replenishing. And all of that starts in your mind, where you're going to turn your wheel, because we're going to have a lot of people have that propensity that they will go and do it quick. Hey, I got a wedding and I need to drop this weight quick. I'm going to go and I'm going to exercise like crazy. I'm going to decrease calories. But that is not a healthy lifestyle change. That is a quick fix. And after you go to the wedding and come back and you're just going to gain all of that weight. See, that wasn't lasting. I'd rather you do it gradual. Do that slow change where you got behavior modification. You have created some habits that intended for change. So one tip is to eat healthy. Eat 5 to 6 small meals a day to keep your metabolism. I think we went over this once before, but I'm going to reiterate it. And so you need to hear things on a repetition. And so renewing mean I'm going to repeat it. You may hear some of the same thing over again, to eat 5 to 6 small meals a day. That means you keeping some fuel in your tank, and you're going to keep your metabolism at a high gear throughout the day so it can burn that fat more efficiently. Drink more plain water. Not all this other kind of fluid, caffeinated beverages, all these juices. Drink plain water. Because, you know, when you're drinking a whole lot of other stuff, then that could also cause some different kind of problems, because we need the water. Your body needs water. You need to be hydrated. You need to have enough fluid so that you're not getting confused. And see, and that's what a lot of the quick fix that fad diets, that it will give you that diuretic, because some of the diet pills, it will give you that diuretic approach. And so you're going to lose a lot of fluids. And if you hadn't developed a habit of replenishing your fluids, then yes, that first week you probably lose 10 pounds. You lose 10 pounds of fluids and you'll find yourself dehydrated. But you need to make sure that you are drinking your fluids. Drink more plain water instead of soft drinks and sugar-laden coffee or tea. Just keep in mind that the number of calories you eat, the number of calories that you put in, must be less than what you would use for energy. Now, if you're sedentary, you know, a lot of us, we are safer at home. And so you may not be as active as you have been before. So that means that you don't need to consume as many calories that you were doing before. Come on, put some hearts in there. We're being real and authentic, because just because you're at home, that means that if you're not getting up and moving around and expending that energy and doing some exercise, then you need to make some adjustment into your dietary intake. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself gaining weight. Your metabolism is slower, and you're going to find it harder to lose weight. So you're going to have to be cognizant as to what you put in your mouth, and then also the energy that you're spending out. So simply doing this will help your body burn calories. And see, because you're being intentional. You're not waiting until you go into that starvation mode. And whereas right now I need a quick fix. Right now I need some cookies. Right now I need some potato chips. I need some ice cream. But when you're being intentional and you're doing 5 to 6 meals a day, then you're planning out your meals and you're going to make it healthy. You already have included some intentional healthy snacks that going to keep your metabolism high in gear so you can burn those calories. How many you want to burn those calories and burn them more efficiently? And then you can lift weight to gain muscle. The more muscle you have, the more your body will naturally. See, this will cause some natural. Now, it doesn't mean you have to go and lift 50 and 100 pounds, but it said the more your body will naturally burn calories because your body, your muscles need calories to function and to stay alive. You don't have to gain big muscles. We're not saying you got to go and like those you see on TV and they're in all these different competition, but you can. And it's about the repetition. It's not totally about the weight. It's about the repetition. So you can start off with the 2 pound, you can do the 5 pounds, and it's the repetition in which you're doing it to build that muscle, but just enough to buff, just enough to tone up nicely. And at the same time, we want you to enjoy this here caloric burning effect of your muscle. And you'll see that as you're lifting weights and as you're exercising, you see your body shifting, your body is changing. So when you're eating those 5 to 6 meals a day, and then you're lifting some weights, that you're seeing that, hey, I may not have lost as many pounds, but because I'm burning it more efficiently, I'm buffing up, I'm toning my body, that I'm actually becoming smaller and toner because I'm following this principle. So your muscle will stay with you if you lift weights consistently, and this will keep extra body fat away. And it's one of the best ways to lose extra body weight forever. So it's not so much in lifting like a bodybuilder, but to lift and to do it on a consistent basis. Another tip is to perform cardiovascular exercise to lose weight fast and naturally. So your cardio workout burns calories quickly. That is, now you need to listen. Put some hearts in there because we're about to talk about the heart, your cardiovascular. That's talking about what deals with your heart, and you need your heart. It said that is if you perform the exercise until you are panting and puffing for 20 to 30 minutes, kind of like what Gwen do on Wednesday night. Workout Wednesday and I Fit for the Kingdom. What it does is that you're getting that cardio. And then at the end of you huffing, you're puffing. If you can read a book or if you listen to music while doing your cardio exercise, then your cardio exercise, they are not intense enough to burn your fat effectively. So yes, you need to be sweating. You need to be huffing and puffing. But I always give the disclaimer that before you start in a nutritional regimen or in an exercise regimen, you need to consult your physician to ensure that you're healthy enough to make this change. So if you're going to do this cardiovascular, it's saying do this 5 to 6 times a week as a part of your natural weight loss program to a healthy lifestyle, or 2 to 3 times a week for weight management. That after you have accomplished your goals, then we want to get in the management part of it, because you see we went over the stages of change, and in that bottom part is maintenance, and that's where the weight management program that you can do it 2 to 3 times a week. So then this tip here is important. Write down important. This is that you complete your fit and your fat by God's design accountability log. I don't know how many times that I can stress this. In this log, it's going to help you find your intentional things. It's going to trigger you to make a comment. Did I do it? Do I need to do it? Where am I? Did I journal? Am I on track with my heart principles? So you need to do your Fit and Fat by God's Design accountability journal. Can I get some hearts? Because it's all about the hearts, because every day we're talking something different as one facet of the heart. But I want you every day to be empowered to do the 5 heart principle. So when you complete that, when we're talking about the section on did my eating, my exercise, and enjoying fluid regimen, did it lead to any empowerment for the journey? Or do I need further education? Do I need further evaluation of my plan? What nutrition and fitness habits do I need to adapt to make this transformation a reality? Concerning the below items. See, it's going to trigger a response. It's going to trigger action. It's going to trigger that if you said no, like eating, did you record your intake? If you said no, prayerfully, it triggered you to go and to record it. See, if you do it every day, then it developed that habit that it's going to ask me this question tomorrow. So I need to go ahead and journal that I have written down all of my food intake. Because a lot of times you just really don't know or understand everything that you have consumed until you write it in your journal. Write it down. Because if you're using the Fit by God's Design review, that it has a weekly place where you can write down things. Take that opportunity to write in there your food. And then every day, every month, it's a challenge. You go check off that H, where my heart healthy and that I'm healing and I'm honoring God. That E is that I'm eating right, I'm exercising, I'm enjoying my fluid as I'm being empowered, I'm being educated, and I am evaluating on a daily basis. So you go through, but you have to be intentional about doing this. It is a process. And then the exercise, approximately 30 minutes of exercise. So it's going to ask you this question, and you have to be true to your own self and answer that question. And then if you haven't, you still have that opportunity to get it in. You may say no to start it off, but then it should trigger a response that I'm going to go get my 30 minutes in. And then now it's saying I can lift weights. So how am I going to add this into my regimen so I can tone up? And so that my body can be buff and it's not going to be flabby, and that is going to increase my metabolism, and that I'm going to be a fat burning machine because I'm going to do my exercise. I'm going to do my cardio. Yeah, I may get sweaty. I'm going to puff a little bit, but that's okay because we're renewing. And that renewing saying we're no longer conforming, but we're being transforming by the renewing of your mind, where you've been revigorated, you've been refreshed, you've been rebuilt. And so now you're going to have to do it, because this journey is all about you. It's personal. How many of you know it's personal? And so then the exercise, and then enjoying your fluids. Did you drink your 8 to 10 cups? And see, and now since we don't went over it, I don't want you just to count. You can put it down as your coffee, whatever you're drinking. But then I want to see that you actually drink water, because a lot of times your caffeinated beverages, that it's going to have that diuretic effect. So a lot of times you may drink it and it comes right back out. So we want to make sure that you're getting some water. Your body needs the water. Your brain needs some water. So remember these tips. By following these 4 tips. These are the 4 tips for today. The first tip is that you're going to eat. Remember, do intentionally 5 to 6 small meals. I'm going to plan my meals out. I'm going to plan my snacks so that I won't have to go in that starvation mode, that I'm going to know my triggers. I'm going to know my level of hunger. Am I just eating because it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Or I know that I'm putting fuel in my tank to keep my metabolism high so I can burn these calories more effectively, because I know what goes in, that if it's not expended out, it's kind of like a bank account, that you're going to end up having more left over. And so if just the same, if you look at the same I said, take a decrease of 500 calories every day for 7 days to lose 1 pound. Guess what? If you put that in reverse, if you increase 500 calories and you're sedentary for 7 days, guess what? The reverse can happen, that you can gain 1 pound every week. So that principle, if you can lose it, you can gain it. So make sure that the first one, because we're talking about natural lifestyle behavior modification, renewing your mind so that you may live. Because he said in John 10:10, he said, I want you to live that abundant life. And he said in 3rd John, he said, beloved, I wish above all of these things that you may prosper, be in health, even as your soul prosper. Come on and let's put some hearts. How many of you want to live? How many of you want to be revigorated, refreshed, rebuilt, renewed? And there's a turning, there's a shifting, because you have purpose in your heart from the first week that you made that decision. That second week, you got in a place that I am becoming. So this week, everything is about renewing. And I'm going to go over that definition again before we finish so you can understand the brevity of what this week is all about. So that first one is you're going to eat, you're going to do that 5 to 6 small meals. You're going to plan out your meals. You're going to record your meals. Yes, it may seem simple. And it may seem old school, but it's still work. It's still work. To thine own self be true. And then you're going to enjoy your fluids, and you're going to drink more of the plain beverages. And then you're going to exercise. You're going to gradually incorporate lifting some weights. And after you lift weights, then the cardiovascular, because, everything we talk about is about the heart. And so you got to do some cardiovascular. I encourage you, if you're not a part of I Fit for the Kingdom for Life, you need to go right now and join that group. Because on tomorrow night with Gwen the Motivator, she's a certified group fitness instructor. She's a RN, and she's doing different challenges in there. She's asking for engagement. She's doing encouragement. And then also in that group on Wednesday, every Wednesday at 6:00, we have Workout Wednesday, where you're actually going to get in some cardio. So you can see that, and it will be in the group. So if you don't have a plan, then you can just replay that every day for those 3 to 5 times a week, so that you have a mechanism to get your cardiovascular in to build your heart. And then the last tip was that tip to do. I'm going to tell you that tip every day to complete your Fit and Fat by God's design, your accountability log. You're going to have to do that. And you're going to have to make it a practice. You're going to have to create habits intended. See, that's a habit that you can do, and it's intended for change. And that change is renewing your old way of thinking, renewing that, hey, I can just do a quick fix. So those are 4 tips that I'm giving you for eating, for exercising, enjoying your fluids, by empowering you, by educating you, and teaching you how to do a self-evaluation on yourself. So by following these 4 tips, natural, healthy lifestyle modification for weight loss, you should be losing 1 to 2 pounds a week. You should be, because you decreasing your intake. You're being cognizant as to what you put in your mouth. You're increasing your physical activity, which also is going to burn calories. So if you decrease 500 calories and then you increase your exercise every day where you burn at least 500 calories, that's 1,000 calorie deficit every day. And so if you do that for 7 days, guess what? You should be able to lose 2 pounds a week. So, and best of all, you will learn how to lose extra body weight, because I want to teach you how to do it forever. And see, and that's what I'm going back through the process, because I want it done forever, not the quick fix. And it's slow. And sometimes it can be discouraging, but guess what? It's going to be all worth it in the end because you learned something through the process. You weren't dependent on a pill. You weren't dependent on some kind of shake. You weren't dependent on what somebody else can give you, but I want you to learn it for yourself. So it's time to renew, to turn, and to live your best life. Come on and give me some hearts. And I just want to go over this definition before we leave. The definition of renew, to make life new. How many of you ready to be new again? To restore to freshness, vigor, or perfection. And perfection is a place of maturity. We all strive for perfection, but this is a place that you're maturing in your pursuit of health and transformation, to make new spiritually, because everything we do is the mind, the body, and the spirit. That means it's a regeneration that's taking place. To restore in existence, to revive. See, it's just like somebody we doing that CPR. Some of us just been dead and dormant, but we want to get revived, to make some extensive changes in, and we want to rebuild. Some of us are different levels. So some of us got to be regenerated, some got to be revived, and some we just got to rebuild all the way up and to do it again. And that's what every day I want you to say, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to complete my accountability log and I'm going to repeat it over and over again. And it's going to create a habit. And number 5, to begin again. So some of you were doing it. You took off running, but I want you to resume it. I want you to replace those bad habits with new habits. And then I want you to be replenished. So on today we're renewing your mind to live. How many of you want to live? Come on and give me some hearts. Put some hearts in the comments. Put some hearts all in the emojis, because we're going to live and we're going to practice the 5 heart principle, that we're going to have heart health and that we're going to be healed and we're going to honor God. The E is we're going to eat right, we're going to enjoy fluids, and we're going to exercise. The A is that we're going to have an attitude of a winner. We're in it to win it. And the R is that we're going to set realistic goals. They're going to be relevant. And then that T is that we got to trust the process, and it's going to take time, and then to be transparent, to thine own self be true. So I thank you for coming on, and just remember that in October, I'm looking at changing the way that I am doing this challenge, and that we may be going into a group, a private group, because I want the people who really want to benefit from my services. Don't you know this is a service? Don't you know what I'm giving you? God said to give this out to you. Because normally just for 30 minutes, that would be like $50 an hour. And you times 50 times 5, that's $250 a week. And it's time 12 weeks. And think about just how much that God said to provide you with. Because he said to empower you. It's about you on your journey. So I want to invest in those that want to be investing. I want to invest in those who's on this journey and that really would like to benefit from this service. That, I don't want a whole lot of spectators, but I want participators. And in this private group, if you would like to be a part of the group, one of the prerequisites is that you need to purchase the Fit by God's Design annual planner, because a lot of what I'm talking about is inside of that planner so that you can be able to flow through it. You'll be able, when I say go to this page and document, go and do this here monthly goal, go and see that you do your selfie, did you do your progress notes. So that is such a small amount to invest in your health. How many of you want to live a long life, a healthy life? He said he wants you to live healthy. So those that want to go on the journey with me, that's the prerequisite. Another prerequisite is that you have to be active. You have to engage in the group. And I know there's going to be different levels and stages in the group. But we want to know that you're in there, and you're in there because I want to be renewed. I want to be transformed, that I am in pursuit of health and transformation. And I'm Dr. Patricia James, and I am your fat nutritionist. As we're pursuing health and transformation, we are creating habits intended for change. If you need to contact me, you can go to Dr. Pat at patriciakjames.com, or you can go to my website at www.patriciakjames.com, and you can go into the contact section, and you also could just go in and just see what we're all about, because we want to be in it to win it. So I will see you live. How many of you? See you live at 5 on tomorrow, where we'll have the A portion, and that's the attitude